So Ethan was telling me, apparently all those old songs like that, every single one of them's about sex. And since you told me that, I've been listening, like, to the actual words, and it's like, son of a bitch. I think it's true. Is that it's, like, they're all about sex because back in that time, you couldn't, like, it was kind of like taboo to outright sing about sex.
So you had to go around about it.
So they all, like, all these different artists went around and fucking, like, coded it and shit.
Well, except the Butcher Pete, that one's about a serial killer.
Oh, no, dude, the dude's about, that's about sex. It's gotta be.
Hacking.
Fucking
chopping that meat.
Exactly.
Dang.
It's actually about a chronic masturbator.
Oh, God. I want to be Butcher Pete then. I want to masturbate so much that they make a fucking song about it.
Masturbate so much that your wiener is raw. So
raw meat.
and it's so bad that you still want to do it, so you go do it to other people.
Oh shit.
Because the song talks about him going chopping other people's meat.
I literally had to turn down both of your microphones off and then turn mine down. And you still peaked the shit out of my microphone.
Oh, God damn it.
If you need better microphones.
Or Gary needs to calm the fuck down over there.
Oh, God damn it, that was fucking funny because I immediately imagined this dude's like, starts knocking people out and just like,
it's not me
coming. He comes from.
it's not actually like the pleasure he gets in his wiener. It's like the pleasure in his hand that he wants. So he's just like,
It's
hey, you got a dick.
so it's like his hand is almost like the thing. All right,
It's more like his hand is his penis and his penis is his hand. I don't know where the fuck I just came up with that from. Just like we were talking about the songs made about sex, and I don't want to believe that Butcher Pete is about a serial killer. I just don't want to believe it.
Hello, everybody. My name is Alex.
And I'm Jody.
I'm Gary.
And we are AchieveMates. And today we are in different factor form. Today we are in Podcoast.
Podcoast.
We're in Podcoast.
Podcoast.
We're podcasting.
We're podcasting.
This is where you just like, you start to do a podcast, but you just let it roll. You just let it go.
Yeah, we just coast on through.
Let's coast on through.
That's it.
We actually just invented this.
It's true. But it will be coined. Famous, I tell you. Famous. So today we're going to have a specifically themed podcast to talk about Fallout 4. Because
I think it should be more about Bethesda games.
Bethesda games?
Bethesda games, but more towards Fallout 4.
I can be okay with that. I can be okay with that.
Because, I mean, obviously, if we're talking about Fallout 4, we're going to end up detouring to Fallout 3 and New Vegas and
Metal Gear.
Possibly Skyrim and
Metal
probably
Gear.
Metal
Yes.
Gear.
Yes, because Metal Gear is the most famous of all the Bethesda games, obviously.
It should be.
Imagine Metal Gear as a Bethesda game.
Bruh. It would be what Phantom Pain should have been.
Yeah.
See, okay, we're already getting off on a tangent because I'm interested to know you two, y'all's opinions about this, because y'all are huge Metal Gear fans and y'all are also huge Bethesda game fans. I've heard there's a huge contention amongst people that I know who are big Metal Gear fans, and them saying that that Metal Gear will hands down beat Fallout in Game of the Year. So I'm interested because I know both of you are huge fans of the series. So I'm interested to see what y'all have to say about that.
It's not.
And yeah, I was about to say it's funny because both of us were shaking our heads at the same time.
It's not, because Fallout and Bethesda games have a much, much bigger following. My example for that is, which GameStop had a midnight for Metal Gear Solid 5? Which one in town had a midnight?
None in town.
None. But I'm pretty sure every single GameStop here in town had a midnight for Fallout 4.
I think every single GameStop in existence had a midnight for Fallout.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I know the Ambassador store and Cali Saloon store both had one because they both were posting pictures at the same time.
Actually, I think Frank's store did do a midnight release for Fallout, but that's all. I mean, for Metal Gear, but that's only because he's such a huge Metal Gear fan.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you there was not as many people there as there was for the Fallout.
Oh yeah, I don't think there was that many. Fallout was our biggest midnight release this year.
Yeah.
Like, Halo didn't beat it. Call of Duty didn't beat it. Star Wars Battlefront didn't beat it. No other game quite matched up to Fallout in midnight release size.
Like, if we were talking in, like, specific categories, yes. But as, like, overall game of the year, no. Mm-hmm. It's not. No.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with Jody.
So, now, that being said, do you think... Which of those games do you like more out of the two?
I mean, I'm enjoying Fallout more. Like, I played Phantom Pain. I wanted to play Phantom Pain for the story. But the gameplay mechanics were completely different. But...
Now different in a bad way? That face says kind of.
I could have taken it or leaving it. Like...
Yeah, like
I like the open world. I like the open world style, but the general, like, how the gameplay mechanics were originally, like for like Snake Eater and Guns of the Patriots and you know, Metal Gear Solid, like that. Not so much like the over the top view, but the, like, if you've never played any Metal Gear games, anyone's ever played them.
I've like played a bit of the first one on PlayStation 1.
Okay, but
like
yeah,
how
like
view.
that whole, like,
it was a lot more covert.
Yeah, and that's what I really, really liked about those games. And even though Snake Eater was still kind of like that, it's just the mechanics were very different, and they weren't bad. Like, the game wasn't bad at all. It was just, it didn't, I don't know. I had really high... I always do that. I always get really high expectations for certain games, and then they don't meet them, and then I'm like,
Okay.
See, for me, like, I enjoy Phantom Pain. I haven't beaten it yet, but, like, I enjoy it. I just, like, it was a game that was, like, every day I was online looking up stuff about it.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. So I was, like, I overhyped myself for it. And when I actually played it, I was, like... I was excited to play it, but, like, I kind of got into it, and I was just, like... It was grindy. And that's kind of the problem I'm having right now with Fallout 4.
but in a bad way.
Like, with Fallout 4, I looked up nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the announcement trailer, I had known nothing about it.
I'm in the same boat as you.
So, when I actually started the game up and started to play it, I was like, bruh, this is pretty cool. But... I guess I need to do more, like, main quests, but right now I'm finding a lot of the stuff I'm doing is pretty grindy, because it's, like, basically, oh, these people are in trouble, go clear out this place, or you gotta go get this, so clear this place out, get it.
Yeah, I know that you were telling me earlier that you were kind of in that infinite loop of doing quests for settlements, like, every time you turn in one, like, Preston has like 5 more to give.
Exactly.
And that's the hard thing. That's one of the reasons why whenever he gives them to us, they usually don't expire.
Yeah.
So I usually just like leave them be until I'm like out in the wasteland and I do it. But doing the main story really helps out, because the main story is not as long as Fallout 3's main story. Because Fallout 3's main story was pretty long.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about Fallout New Vegas because that's the only one I haven't played. But Fallout 3's main story was a decent bit longer than Fallout 4's, but the story is still really good, and it has a decent bit of length. Like, if you did just the main story and nothing else, it'd still take you about 10 to 15 hours to beat.
Oh wow.
And to be honest, like I gained most of my leveling from doing the main story because I think I'm level 32 now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing the main story really does help out a lot. And also like you get quite a bit of really good gear by doing the main story, so it kind of helps break the monotony.
Yeah.
But sorry, I got off on a tangent. So yeah, I was generally interested in y'all's point of views on, because I know that's one of the big contentions going on right now is like I like from everybody I've heard, every single time I talk about Fallout 4 with anybody, most people mention MGS5 in the same breath, and there's a huge debacle about like which one's better than which. And and I don't understand it either, because they're two different games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, honestly, like they are different games, but to me they're the same.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, because like I had this thing where when I got Phantom Pain, I was like, man, I can't wait to get home and play it, and blah blah blah. And I'd get home and I'd play it for like 2 hours, and I'm like, I'm kind of bored with it. I'm kind of doing the same thing with Fallout. Like all day long, I'm like, man, I want to go home and play Fallout. And I get home and I turn it on for like 2 hours, and then I'm like, kind of bored with it now. I don't know. I guess nothing can really hold my attention anymore.
I was only recently, like, Fallout's the only game I can actually, like, I've been able to, like, play from the minute I get up to the minute till when I go to bed without getting bored. I got like that with Witcher, and I got like that with something else this year. I don't remember what else.
Not Metal Gear?
Yeah, it was Metal Gear. Like, towards the end of Metal Gear, I was like, I realized I had to go do a whole bunch of bullshit for Mother Base, and I was just like, I don't want to do. That's a lot of shit I have to do for very little.
See, I will tell you, for Metal Gear, I actually enjoy doing the side stuff for Mother Base.
Uh-huh.
But in Fallout, I do not like doing the settlement shit.
Yeah.
I guess it's because the characters in Fallout are more... Because basically in Metal Gear, like, yeah, you run into some of them on your Mother Base, but for the most part, most of the people you capture and get and stuff, once you capture them, they're just a face on a piece of paper, basically.
They phantomly make stuff and do this and that.
Technically speaking, too, in Fallout, you really don't have to do the settlement stuff, because the settlement stuff has to do with the Minutemen, which at the end of the day is another faction.
Right.
You can choose whether you want to do stuff with that faction or not, because I've been running into that problem. Is like I've been doing stuff with multiple factions. Like I've been doing stuff for the Railway. I've been doing stuff for Brotherhood of Steel. I've been doing stuff for the Minutemen, and it's hard to do stuff for all three.
Yeah.
Especially since Paladin Dance, he is one of my followers, or he is my follower. He's my main follower that I use, because he's so powerful, and there's a lot of missions where I actually have to make him stop following me, especially if I want to do stuff for the Railway, because the Railway supports synths and the freedom of synths.
Yeah.
And Paladin Dance is part of the Brotherhood of Steel, and they don't support that at all. Every time I do anything involving the Railway and I have Paladin Dance as my follower, it always says in the top corner, Dance hated that. Dance hated that.
I did something earlier. They were like, Dance love that. And I was like, ugh.
And no, so ooh. Yeah, so like it's I'm getting to the point because I think I finished the story. I don't really know yet. I'll have to experiment with it more. But I'm kind of getting to the point where I might have to actually just choose a faction to stick with, because it's getting hard for me to progress through all the factions.
No.
Which is a crossroads I'm coming to, because I don't want to pick one faction. Like I like doing the faction stuff.
I kind of feel like that's a good thing, because excuse me, it'll make you pick a faction, so that way you actually have to do multiple playthroughs. So it actually gives the game a little bit more replayability, because that was the thing with New Vegas. Did you play New Vegas? With New Vegas, there was there was like 5 or 6 different ways to do the main story, but
there was a ridiculous amount of ways to do the main story. It was kind of awesome, sort of, but it was kind of also a cop out, because you could like finish the main story within an hour, if you wanted to.
But it gave
only if you're a female character, though.
But it gave the game replayability.
Yeah,
it made it actually interesting to because like you start out the game and it's kind of the same until you get to a certain point, then it kind of branches out.
Yeah.
But like once you got to that branching point, it was like, man, this is all new stuff to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool. So I kind of like that. I was kind of hoping they would do that they wouldn't make it to where you can have just one character and do everything.
No, it's making it incredibly hard because I know, like, for instance, it'll be easier for me to pursue Brotherhood of Steel and Minutemen at the same time because they have very, very similar viewpoints. But for instance, if I want to pursue the Railway, I won't be able to pursue Brotherhood of Steel anymore.
Right.
There's quite a few things later on that you get introduced to that I don't want to spoil. That make it even harder to pursue multiple factions. Like, that's at the point I'm at. Like, I'm pretty much at the crossroads where I pretty much have to choose a faction and stick with one.
But is that because of your companion, or is that
partially because of my companion. That's one of the reasons why I'm at such a huge crossroads. It's because I really like having Paladin Dance as my companion. And
a little too much from what I heard.
He really likes Paladin Dance.
I actually really regret not romancing Paladin Dance.
What?
I know, I can't believe I didn't do it. I'm so upset that I didn't. Because I think it'd be really hilarious to have this, like, super macho army man and he's in a gay relationship.
What do you need, honey?
No,
what do you want to trade with me, sweetie pie? You're dismissed.
That'd be hilarious. Like, we're running around the... Yes, pudding pie. It'd be hilarious.
Don't worry, I got him, sweetheart.
Who are you gonna romance any of your companions?
Probably not.
What?
I never really liked the whole relationship thing in video games.
I don't know why. That's like my thing. I love like when you can like romance people. In video
like the
games.
only way I was
like Witcher so much.
Oh yeah.
The only way I was like really okay with it was like in Skyrim because you can like.
Skyrim took it to a whole new level with
like you could get married and like
and
basically make your fucking spouse stay in the house and just fucking go do shit by yourself.
But they could also come with you and be
but they
your
could
companion.
also come with you. Well, I don't like the thing of like, you know, oh, this is my spouse, like gotta protect them, gotta make sure they don't die. Because I don't know, like I don't really like companions in games, honestly.
Well,
it's like real life.
Do you mind if I cut you off there?
Yeah.
There is one. I recently figured this out actually last night, and I was talking to Gary about it, I think earlier today. There is a reason for the romancing, for being able to romance your companion.
Mm-hmm.
Each companion has built into them a specific perk.
Yeah.
The perk becomes active whenever you have them following you long enough, and they reach their maximum likability for you, and then you romance them correctly. If you romance them. And they reach their maximum likability for you, then the perk becomes active, and each companion has a specific perk that goes along with them.
See, I kind of wish like if you were a dude and you had a dude companion, you wouldn't romance them. I wish you would like become best buds or something.
Oh, or at least have the option,
like bromance.
Yeah, like a bromance instead of a fucking
like just straight up like we get.
Well, like I don't have a problem with it. I mean, I'm gonna do it anyway. But it would mean more to me to like have a companion and be like, bro, we are best buds.
You know how it shows the animation whenever you do a quest? It would just show two fists going.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting, and I guess it might be because you yourself are a heterosexual male, so it's like, it means more to you personally.
Right.
Not saying that you have anything wrong with it being a romance. It's just like it would you would relate to it more.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be relevant to you.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's
it would make it more of my character than, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's interesting. I like that.
I could just about imagine that the choices is like romance, bromance. You know, like, romance is like bro, and it shows this cutscene where you put your hand on his should and he like looks at it and he's like they just nod and you're like yes. And
I got your back, bro.
And they play some awesome like 90s like action music. Dun 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 dun.
The Blues Brothers music.
The cutscene for the romance is exactly the same, except he turns around.
Y'all are wrestling.
And then the lights dim, and then that's it.
That's like the God of War sex cutscene.
Yeah, it's like you see naked women, you get in bed, and then it pans away, and then everything just starts rocking in the room. And then women just going,
dude. Okay, to go off track, just with God of War, or it's really not off track because we're talking about God of War. But I remember when the first God of War came out, there's a guy across the street from me that I went to school with had it, and he was like, I had never talked to this guy before. I'd never hung out with this guy. What?
I kind of know where you're going with this.
Oh, maybe. And I'd never hung out with this guy before. He knew I played video games, and then he's like, bro, he's like, you play video games? I'm like, yeah. He's like, dude, you should come to the house one day and play God of War. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I walked over to his house. He's like, dude, you could have sex in this game. That was like the first game I'd ever seen where you could actually like have sex. And I was like, show me. And so he goes to like the chicks, and then he like pans off, and he just like is shaking. I was so embarrassed. I was just like, oh my god, they're moaning. It's sexual. I gotta go, and I walked back home.
I gotta go, but I can't stand up right now, so I'm gonna leave in 15 minutes.
And then that's how I coined the name Butcher Pete.
Oh my lord. I'm done.
Oh, man.
All right, so let's get back to the actual topic, other than fake sex scenes in God of War
Masturbation.
and teenage hormones. Yeah. So what are you? We kind of just like dove straight into the talk, but what are y'all's views and opinions about Fallout 4?
Yeah.
If like, what do you think of it? Do you feel like it's a complete game? If you could change it, what would you change about it? Like stuff like that.
I mean, I think it's worth $60.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I just like, it's hard for me to really give an opinion because I haven't like played nearly as much as you two have.
Actually, well, I looked on Steam and it shows that you have like 30 something hours.
I leave the game paused a lot.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's why. I was about to say because I saw that you had like 30 something hours clocked in the game. I'm like, how the fuck did this guy play this much whenever he works so much? Because I was like, I took 3 days off straight and didn't get that much played.
I checked on Xbox. It says I have like 1 day and like 16 hours on it.
Yeah. Shit. I forgot what I was saying. We got caught.
You haven't played quite enough.
Timing.
It's a case of beer.
Fuck. Oh, but I haven't really played it a whole lot, so I haven't really like. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on the game yet. I will tell you, like, I like the fact that there's no skill points anymore.
Yes, I will definitely 100% agree with that.
Like, I mean, it's kind of the same since like everything's based around perks now.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like, I don't know. It feels better with just perks.
No, I agree because it's like you can control specifically what you want to do instead of like these over encompassing roundabout things. Like for instance. And like, if you want to be really good at sneak, you don't necessarily have to have a really high sneak skill. You can just choose specific sneak perks you want.
Yeah.
Right.
And then also one thing I really like is that near the bottom of each tree are just specialized perks. They're not really anything that's important to the game, like the gun nut perk or science perk, anything that's pertinent to like some base level things in the game. All the stuff at the bottom is all basically like just very specific perks to each category. So that makes it to where you don't have to be you don't have to keep on leveling up each individual base stat to be able to get these awesome things.
And see, I didn't know that for a really, really long time. And
so you just kept on upgrading them, huh?
Yeah, for a little while, and then I realized I was like, oh, I have access to this like now, right now.
No, exactly. Like I was like level like 18, and I had the ability to pick master locks and master terminals, which is great.
Another fucking awesome thing that they did that I could kiss whoever on the mouth is that with terminals and doors and stuff like that, you're not like stuck. Like for instance, like if there's a terminal that is you can pick like advanced locks, but this one's a master. If you search hard enough, you'll find the passcode to it, or you'll find the key laying around, and bam.
I mean, most cases, not all cases.
Pretty much.
The only one that I know you can't do it is in Vault 111 with the cryo gun.
Other than that, every single like terminal or door that I haven't been able to pick, or terminal that I haven't been able to hack, I just roam around a little bit, and I'll either find the passcode for it, or I'll find the key.
Jody, you looked like you wanted to say something. You had like a look of confusion on your face.
Oh, I don't know. You were saying something about the perks, and like, did you just jump straight to master?
No.
lockpicking?
I had to go through all of them.
Okay, so that's why I was confused.
Yeah, no, I mean, what's good is like because both the hacking terminal and the lockpick are very low on the totem pole for your perception and your intelligence. You only have to have like 3 or 4 points in the base level for each of those, and then you can start putting points in your lockpicking and your terminal hacking. Like you don't have to be very far into those skills, which is great.
Mm.
And then for me, it's like I stopped at master for each of them because the last skill for each of those, like for lockpicking, is your lockpick never breaks.
Yeah.
And then for terminals, it's you never get locked out of the terminal. Like you have unlimited tries.
Well,
which would be useful, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like I'm not going to spend a point on that.
Yeah, another thing is that the terminals, like, if you fail, it just locks you out for, like
A short period of time.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, because before it'd lock you out.
Like,
forever.
indefinitely, yeah, it sucked.
That sucks
That's
so
actually one
bad.
thing I do like they added to the game, is that they added the ability to, like, if you go into a dungeon, sometimes there is a door, it might be master level, but if you pick it, or if it's a terminal and you hack it,
It'll
it actually
just be a mystery.
It actually gives you access to cut through all the bullshit of the area and like basically cut straight to the end destination where you need to go in that like small dungeon.
Yeah.
So it allows you to like it gives you, there's a lot of perks and benefits to spending those skill points. It allows you to like cut straight to the end sometimes, which I think is really cool. But it's also not necessary in a lot of places. Like it's a benefit, but you can still get to where you want to go. It just takes longer and it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. You alright, Joey?
Yeah.
No.
So anyway,
Yeah.
next question.
So, what do you think of the game?
I like it. I mean, the one thing I like the most about it is it still feels like, even though it's like one of the next gen games, it still feels like a Fallout game. Like the changes that they made haven't like separated it from like the most recent Fallout games, like New Vegas 3 and shit like that, to where it's like just completely different, made for new gen. It still feels like a Fallout game, like 100%. It's nice.
No, I agree with that. There are a few things that I really like that they did with it. Like they've added some really small details that I really enjoy in it. I know I've told you this already.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the small details I really like that they've added is depending, like I really like whenever you have, like, do you have a companion with you right now?
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have? Dogmeat?
Deacon.
Deacon? Speaking of, Deacon is Deacon's with
The railroad.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. One of the things I really, really like is that your follower, like, they've actually built in personalities to your followers.
Yeah.
So, like, anything you do in the game, like, your follower might like that or hate that, and that actually affects your relationship with them. I actually kind of like that.
Yeah.
It kind of gives them a personality. And then one thing that I really like about it is, like, if you have a follower with you, and you go and you do a mission or whatever, and there's a cutscene, sometimes your follower will actually pitch into the conversation.
Yes.
And I really like that. It's like I like those small details that they added to that. Like it makes it feel more immersive.
Like as soon as I picked up Deacon, he actually, like, the first conversation I had, he actually, like, jumped in, and I was just like, "Well, you can actually talk."
Yeah.
Okay. And he did it a couple times. I was just like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like you. So you're gonna come with me and you're gonna stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when I did the K mission with a dude. His name starts with K. The one I was doing earlier. And Dogmeat brought me there, and I had Piper with me. I didn't know I could have, like, Dogmeat was separate from, like, the companionship. And once Dogmeat brought me to my location.
No, for that mission, yes.
Yeah.
Usually you can only have Dogmeat or a companion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And once he brought me to my location, he, like, you talk to him, you're like, is this the place? And he's like, burr, burr, whatever. And Piper's like, she chimes in and she's like, maybe we should let, like, Dogmeat's done. He's done enough. Why don't you give him a break and send him home? And now it's just gonna be you and me, and we'll take care of it. And I'm like, that's my bae.
Yeah.
Bae got my back.
Oh yeah. Also, like, on the same breath, I really like that they added, like, whenever you go and pick up a new follower, like, for instance, like, I had Dogmeat as my follower, and then I changed to Paladin Dance. I really like that, like, the two followers will actually interact with each other.
Yeah.
Like this happened, like, Dogmeat was my follower, and I changed to Paladin Dance, and Dogmeat whimpers, and Paladin Dance, told him, was like, it's okay, boy, I'll take good care of your owner. And then Dogmeat goes on his way.
That's like whatchamacallit, the other mercenary guy. I forgot what his name is.
Oh, I don't know.
You meet him in Good Neighbor.
I know who you're talking about, but yeah.
I forgot his name. I don't use him. I accidentally took him on as a companion, and then I switched back over to Piper, and he's like, so Piper, when you gonna let me get that one-on-one interview? She's like, never in a million years. I'm like, that's bae. That's bae. Bae stay loyal. My bae stay loyal. But
does she really?
Yeah, I got stay loyal too. I had a chance to hook up with that lounge singer, and I was like,
nah, dog.
Then
nah.
she looked old.
Nah, dog.
Her titties were saggy.
What?
Her titties were saggy.
Oh my god.
But it's about that time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
We've only been recording for about 35 minutes.
I got poop.
Oh, so you want to call it quits because you got to poop?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we went into a decent bit of detail about it. But just before we end, I have pretty much beaten the game. You two have not.
No.
I
I don't think you have either.
I don't think I have either. I've beaten everything that it says in the strategy guide is a main mission or the main quest. I will say that y'all definitely need to progress further in the story.
I will
play
tonight.
The game.
Boom! Boom!
Fair enough. But there is quite a bit more of the story than y'all think there is. But at the same time, I got to the end a lot quicker than I thought I would.
Yeah. I have a quick question.
Okay.
Can Valentine be your companion?
Yes.
That is awesome.
He's boring as shit, though.
No,
Seriously?
whatever,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, he is.
He's like the best because like he has like that old timey like 50s like mobster feel.
See,
to him.
that-
Well, he's a
why I
detective.
wanted
He has
him.
that 50, like that Dick Tracy, like.
Yeah, like
but he's,
that's why I wanted it.
Hey,
and
Caleb-
that's why I picked him, and he was so boring. I can't. I have to
Caitlin
get
has him
Piper.
as a follower. I I love it. Fucking Valentine's amazing.
And everybody gives me shit because he's a synth. So they're like, keep that synth piece of shit away from me. And I'm like, okay.
So he never fixes his face?
No. Well, at least not since I've
Not
done
that
his
I've seen
quest and
either.
stuff.
Because I've gone back to him a few times just to talk to him, and I haven't seen him fix it.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah.
He all kind of messed up. Dude, the synths are terrifying.
Did you know... Have you done any of the railroad stuff?
No, I still haven't found it.
Okay.
It's you'll have to find it eventually because it's part of the story.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
It's not really that big of a deal. Because she tells you when you talk to her. But there's a chick named Glory.
Oh yeah.
And she's a synth.
Yeah. No, like I've done some railroad stuff. I never even met her, but every single person at Railroad talks about is fucking Glory. They're just like, she's a synth. She's a synth. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't even know who the fuck you're talking about, but apparently she's a synth.
Like when you talk to her, she like talks about her name and shit. And she actually she's like says something about it being a synth.
Mhm.
But she kind of like hides it in her words, and I was like,
I got you, bitch.
wait, what?
What'd you say?
You a robot? Okay. And like I never would have noticed if
Really?
yeah.
I got my eye on you. Okay, I want to talk to y'all about this. I'm like 95% convinced that the mayor of Diamond City is a synth.
He's something, because he's sketchy as fuck.
Dude, like so sketchy.
But
like I'm convinced he's a synth.
I don't... Maybe.
Because like whenever Piper was talking about like synths being hidden amongst people in Diamond City at the very beginning when we first get there, he's all like super defensive and up in arms about it. But it's just he's so like he has like very sketchy ways that he goes about. And I'm just like, he's a fucking synth.
Yeah, and ever since he like was like mayor or whatever, all the ghouls was kicked out. All the ghouls were kicked out and stuff. And yeah, he's very sketchy. And it would make sense that like they just all of a sudden get a new mayor and he's all sketchy and like all the institutes start stealing people. So yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I'm
I think so.
You know who's a synth?
Who?
Valentine.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody in the fucking game is a synth.
Yes. Fact. Proven.
Even you. And you.
And
me.
And this computer.
And this pit boy. And that Dr. Pepper.
And this pizza. And the cats.
And this penis.
That's the only thing I want to be.
What?
Oh my God.
I have a vibrator implant.
You're like, oh, I switched it on by accident. You just hear. You're like, don't worry about it.
Sorry, I turned on my penis.
I hit the penis switch.
Oh man. Yeah. So I guess we can call it quits here. I'm really enjoying it. Like, I've been telling my coworkers that I think this is a really, really good game. And the reason that I feel like this is immediately when I started playing it, I started getting an incredible sense of nostalgia from when I played Fallout 3. And that's a good thing because Fallout 3 was the first Bethesda game I've ever played. And Fallout 3 has still...
Really?
Yeah, because I tried playing Morrowind a little bit way back, but not enough for me to consider that being actually playing a Bethesda game. Like, Fallout 3 was the first Bethesda game I actually ever played and beaten.
Yeah, I guess I can't talk because like I played Fallout 3. No, Fallout 3 was the first Oblivion game. First Bethesda game I played too because I played Fallout 3 and Oblivion at the same time.
See, I never played Oblivion. I went Fallout 3 and then I played Skyrim.
Bro,
what?
And yeah, I never played Oblivion. But I played Fallout 3 and I loved it. Like I loved it so much. It's still one of my top favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
And playing Fallout 4, it instilled such a great sense of nostalgia that made me immediately love it even more. So
and
it's like I'm having an incredible time playing. I'm loving it.
It's a good thing you didn't play New Vegas.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably because you didn't play New
Vegas. I've heard bad things about New Vegas.
It's not bad, but it's not
great.
It's not
on the level of like Fallout 3. I would still play it. I can still play it.
Yeah.
But it's still...
I think it's because Fallout 3 was the first of its kind. Because Fallout 2 was completely different.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2 were...
And so Fallout 3 was the first of its kind, so it like basically started like this whole new universe. And then Fallout 4, I feel like, did a great job of picking it up from there. As a matter of fact, like I was actually convinced that Fallout 4 was completely different, but Fallout 4 is still in the exact same universe because they talk about the capital city wasteland.
Yeah, yeah.
Like from Fallout 3, they talk about it. I've specifically if you're doing stuff with the Brotherhood of Steel, they talk a lot about the capital wasteland.
Yep. Because I remember one NPC is like, if you think the Commonwealth is bad, you should see the Capital Wasteland. And I was like,
so it made me realize that they're actually interconnected because I thought that they were in the same universe but completely different timelines, like completely
me too.
Not even associated with each other. But now that I'm realizing that Capital Wasteland probably took place during the time that your current character was frozen.
Yeah.
So that makes it really interesting to me.
Because I think that 3 took place in the year 2277, and this one takes place in the year 2287.
Interesting.
Because I think 3 is actually exactly 200 years after the bombs fell.
That actually is interesting because that makes sense.
I think that's right.
The person who was actually at Capital Wasteland, I think, was actually Paladin Dance.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about how him and his troop they started off at Capital Wasteland and then they came over here. So that would actually be within the proper timeline.
Yeah.
So it's very interesting because that means that Paladin Dance could have been somewhere in Fallout 3 as an NPC.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And also, New Vegas took place in year 2283.
2283. That's interesting. Okay, I thought all 3 of them were completely different timelines, like completely.
As far as I know, they they take place relatively
close to each other,
Close
just
to
in
each other.
different parts of the country.
Right.
And in the Fallout universe, isn't America like the only place that's actually like in a wasteland there? Because like in Fallout 3,
I think it's the whole world.
well, the reason why I say that is in Fallout, I think it's only in America, because in Fallout 3, there's a point in time in the game where jets fly over the Chinese jets fly over
No,
the capital
I
wasteland.
think you're right, because I think I actually remember somebody saying something about like wanting to get out of the States because it's supposed to be normal over there.
Yeah.
I remember. I think I remember something briefly. It's been years since I played Fallout.
I
so
think
could be wrong.
I think somebody mentioned something about China, like something about China, and then you see 3 jets, like as you're playing, 3 jets fly over a couple times. And Shelby actually brought it up to me.
That wasn't during Operation Anchorage?
No, it was before that.
Okay.
It's close to it, but it's with Anchorage, those big helicopter things. But these are like 3
also
fighter
Anchorage
jets.
is a simulation.
Yeah,
Anchorage isn't like actually real anymore.
Yeah.
but it's during gameplay. You just see 3 fighter jets like
Interesting.
fly over.
That's something that I would like to do some research, because that'd be interesting. But yeah. So do y'all have anything else y'all want to add?
No.
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 Jody looks done.
Kind of.
He's so done. What a bitch.
I don't really have much to offer on Fallout 4 because
You haven't played that much of it.
I haven't played that much of it.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty much done. I don't have anything to add. So yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I was gonna say watching, but you're not watching shit. You're probably just gonna watch a picture of
Yeah,
Doodle Bob
I was about to say that.
for 45 minutes. Hopefully we'll have this on SoundCloud as well as YouTube, so you have multiple forms to listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always forget about SoundCloud. Yeah, so hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. I like talking about Fallout. Fallout's awesome. I'm enjoying it. Jody is just done with life, and then Gary, I think he has to poop so bad that he's forgotten everything about time and space.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go into here. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.